What a fitting start to Holy Week. Kind of a dark, gloomy day. Yes, starts off joyfully, but the clouds are gathering. Something is on the horizon. Something's about to happen. Of course, even as we welcome our Lord into Jerusalem today, we know that in just a few days, he's going to be placed on the cross. Now, excuse me a moment. I seem to be coming up to a very large puddle, and I do not have shoes on that can accommodate said puddle. So I'm going to walk very carefully. Okay, sorry about that. In any case, so we're in this moment of expectation and mixed with sadness, knowing what's about to come. So it can be difficult, navigating these different feelings that we have during Holy Week and navigating the events that are about to happen. But as I often do, I can't help but relate all this back to Tolkien. Of course, why not? If you haven't figured it out by now, I like the Good Professor quite a bit. But there's this idea in Tolkien's writings. There's a particular essay that he wrote called On Fairy Stories. And in this essay, he speaks of the importance of myth in our society, the importance of stories in general, the meaning that they can have. But he talks especially about one particular aspect of some of these stories called Eucatastrophe. Now, Eucatastrophe, now it sounds like something almost like a catastrophe. Something big happening, something, unexpected. But we have to look at that word because it's not quite a catastrophe. It's a eucatastrophe. And EU, coming from Greek, means happy or good. So, eucatastrophe, a good, unexpected turn of events. And do we have a eucatastrophe coming up in our lives? I'd say we do. Because even in the sadness and the gloom of Holy Week, approaching Good Friday, seeing our Lord on the cross, as we will soon, we know that we have that eucatastrophe. We know that we have that unexpected happy ending. We know that in our own lives, that no matter what's going on, we will still have that unexpected happy ending, so long as we keep our hearts and our minds trained on God and keeping directed towards Him. And so this Holy Week, as we figure out new ways to enter into these mysteries, to be able to participate with our various churches and congregations, to get together with our families, our families in our own homes, not actually going to other homes, but to enter into these mysteries of Holy Week through various means, whether it's live streaming or praying together as a family, reading, activities. Let's remember that both in the wider world, but especially in these events that are coming up, we can expect that eucatastrophe, that unexpected happy ending. It will happen. Easter Sunday will come. All the stuff that we're going through here in the world, all of that will give way to a happy ending. I have no doubt about that. Yes, in the meantime, there may be some unfortunate events, sad circumstances, things that we didn't want to happen. But God works through them all, and He brings about that eucatastrophe. I would encourage you, if you'd like some some light reading to check out Tolkien's Tolkien's essay on fairy stories. It gives his thoughts, his ideas on the usefulness, the necessity of myth, of storytelling, and how ultimately everything is reflected in the greatest story ever told, the story of our Lord Jesus Christ, because it is in his story, his life, his passion, death, and resurrection, that we have the ultimate Eucatastrophe. So, my friends, as we enter into this Holy Week, let us remember to pray for one another, to seek out that Eucatastrophe in our lives. Know that I continue to pray for you and remember you all at the Holy Mass, and I look forward to when we can see each other again soon. God bless you all.